Someone has to fucking say it. And you know what? Y'all a bunch of cowards. So I guess I'm gonna be the one to say it. Mamba mentality is fucking overrated. Let's get into it. Hey, what's up? It's your boy EYESO Plays. Typical YouTube shit. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Appreciate it. Back to the video. Now, hold up. Before you hit the dislike button, no one is even gonna see that you did it. So you're wasting your time. Just hear me out before you get to this knee-jerk reaction. I don't mean, it's a little bit of an overgeneralization because mama mentality is useful in certain situations. The issue is, those certain situations are very far and in between. For example, old Isaiah Thomas, back with the Pistons. He pulled a hamstring or had something terrible with his leg. He should have been out. Stayed in the entire fourth quarter, scored 20 points and willed the Pistons back for the win. That is the time you should probably, it's good to have mama mentality. It's do or die. It's the playoffs. Your team needs you. You're the star player. That's when you fucking put your body on the line. Other example, new school Isaiah Thomas on the Boston Celtics. He had a fucked up tailbone or something like that. Something that he should have just had surgery and end the season for. He foregoed having surgery, was playing through this injury. Not only that, his fucking sister died in a car crash. And then he came back it was the next game after his sister died and fucking dropped 50 for the Celtics. Carried them all the way to the conference finals, but then they ended up losing. That injury permanently fucking hindered him. He went from being a max contract player to he's out here fucking barely getting contracts because of fucking COVID. So there's that kind of curse with it. So I'm sure you guys saw the Phoenix Suns, they were facing the Toronto Raptors. That's in Canada. Canada, they ain't fucking around when it comes to COVID shit. So their arenas is now back to zero capacity. So they are playing in empty arenas. So Devin Booker is up and he's shooting a free throw. The Toronto Raptors fucking mascot, I don't know his name. He's a fucking dinosaur. And he's just standing behind the hoop fucking dancing, trying to distract him, whatever. And Devin Booker gets all pissed and he's like, yo, can we fucking get this guy out of here? And the refs put the fucking mascot in timeout. And he had to go sit over on the corner of the fucking court. So people were flaming Devin Booker that Kobe would never, he's bothered by a mascot. And I will say, it is kind of weird. Why is that going to bug you so much? But also, I get it. That's kind of fucking annoying. There's no one else there. It's just more obnoxious than anything. And Devin Booker's been criticized before. I think it was 2 years ago. It was pre-COVID or whatever. During just summertime, they were doing pickup games where it was NBA players, some college players, just high-level athletes. They started double teaming Devin Booker, and he got pissed. And he was like,
oh, come on, I deal with that shit all through the season. You really got to double team during pickup?
And people are criticizing him. And that one I can get to a little bit more of a degree because it's dude, how else are you going to get better unless people double team you? It's summertime, man. Yeah, I get it. I've never played, of course, on Devin Booker's level of basketball, but I've played with some pretty good dudes, just hooping. And the general kind of consensus is you don't fucking double team. It's sort of an unwritten rule. If you got a double team, that just shows how ass you are as a fucking street baller. You just want to have your best man going up against their best man, help defense if it goes into the paint. But double teaming, that's some bitch shit. So I don't get all this flack. And Devin Booker, he basically came out and basically what I just said right there, because people were criticizing him for his mentality. He's like, I'm not Kobe Bryant. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, did Kobe's, drive and ferocity, make him the great player he was? Yes. But let's be real, there's some people, they're not cut out for that. And there's different styles. And if a player, say Kawhi Leonard, who's more in tune with their body, recognizes when they're at their limits, and rather than damage it further, extends their career longer, why should that be hated? That's only going to help their accolades. That's only going to help their team in the future win. It could be argued, Kobe playing through all these injuries and whatnot, when he had his last Achilles tear and then he had to come back, he was just never the same. Who's to say Kobe wouldn't have lasted longer if he wasn't like that? So I think people just need to fucking calm down. And it goes even beyond Mamba mentality. It's even the Michael Jordan driving ferocity too, where he's just always angry, fucking making up shit about his opponent for him to be angry about and fight and just shit talking. I thought it was interesting. LeBron, God rest his soul. I know he's struggling right now. He's the only one fucking hooping on the Lakers. They were getting their asses kicked by the Grizzlies, and I guess some of them talking shit or whatever. And LeBron got fucking heated, and he was talking shit back to them, ready, got a technical and everything. People are criticizing LeBron, being like,
oh, he's just so sensitive and he can't handle that he's getting whooped
or whatever. And it's isn't that the same shit that we would have said was the competitive drive for Jordan? I don't understand this fucking narrative. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Keep it consistent. Speaking of keeping shit consistent, this is a little off topic, but I have to talk about this shit. So I need to get into this more. It's something I haven't really paid any attention to, but apparently it gets wild. So Twitter has this thing called Spaces. And it's basically like you can join and it's just like a giant voice group chat where you could talk about whatever topics. And so a lot of times with NBA games, there'll be like group spaces for them to like comment after a game or whichever team you want. Well, apparently in the Lakers spaces, for the past 2 games that the Lakers have had, Russell Westbrook's brother joined the spaces. Apparently, in the very first one he joined, everyone was fucking clowning on Westbrook because he had a shitty-ass game. I think over the last, 6, he's shooting, under 40%. Like, it's bad. And he came in, and everyone's fucking switched up their fucking tune. They're like, oh, yeah, it's not Westbrook's fault. They're missing Anthony Davis, and the team's just not spacing, and his turnovers have been down, so it's not as bad as you think. And it was just like, you fucking pussies. You ain't even facing the celebrity. You're facing his brother. What the fuck is he gonna do? I'm calling him Russell Westbrook's brother because I don't even remember his name. That's how much of a nobody he fucking is. Don't be bitches. This just shows how cowardly Lakers fans. Yeah, shots fired. However, credit to them. Next game, where the Nuggets fucking stomped on them, boy. Nikola Jokic had a triple-double in only 22 minutes. Got to sit the fourth. Love to see it. But his brother joined, and they weren't fucking having it. They're like, nah, bruh. Russell Westbrook would be the greatest three-point shooter ever if the hoop was on the top left of the backboard. Like, nah, bruh. He just can't do shit. You know how many layups he's missed? I could make more layups. And I sometimes have to look down when I dribble. Like, it's bad. It's just so bad. And so I love that they're not going to just let his brother run the narrative. And also I'm torn on, props to his brother for, caring about his brother enough to be like, hey, yeah, don't be talking shit. But also, if I was an athlete or a successful person, I would tell my family, don't interact with these people. You don't need to defend me. You're just helping them get clout. Just fucking ignore their asses. I appreciate the sentiment, but just don't. It's just not worth it. Because now here we are clowning Westbrook when that wasn't even my intent. I'm over here supposed to be clowning Mamba mentality. Which, I guess roundabout, let's bring it full circle. Westbrook, you could argue, is known for, but he has the Mamba mentality without the Mamba intelligence. So it kind of fucking backfires. So at the end of the day, all I'm really trying to say is there's certain play styles. It's kind of like how in 2K, when you have the personality traits, there's benefits and drawbacks to everything. Being super intense and motivated, whatever, that's great. That sometimes can really carry you, but that also can alienate you, make other teammates not like you, make you hard to coach. If you're more laid back, maybe you need to be more aggressive, but more people are likely to talk to you. They want to play on your team. You're going to be trusted more. And there's a balance to have. And it's not necessarily any one way is the right way. And I know it's sexy to immortalize the Mamba mentality, but maybe chill out on it. It's not as great as you think. Well, the short one for y'all. Just had to get my thoughts out on that. Love me or hate me, I don't care. I still love you. EYESO Plays, good day gang, Bazooka Shack. I'm out.